The concept of a separation between church and state is being talked about a lot today, and that is a good thing. What is exactly the relationship between religion and government? And why is it a separation between church and state? Why not synagogue or mosque? Why not religion in general? The founding document of our country is the Declaration of Independence. The Constitution describes the system of our government, but the Declaration tells us what it's all about, what our country is all about, what our government is all about. In defining our country, the founders talked about God. They didn't present God as the object of their beliefs, but as an actor in life. God created human beings. The court called the Supreme ruled that talk of creation was a religious idea, not suited for public schools. But the founders called it a fact. Not only that, but God created human beings equal. This means that nobody has a divine or inherent right to rule over other people. This fact of creating people equal determines the form of government that we can have. We reject the idea of kings because they have no right to rule over other people. This God also gave human beings unalienable rights, rights that precede and supersede government, rights that the government did not give us and that it cannot take away. Now, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution are called the Bill of Rights. They're meant to encapsulate what these unalienable rights are. Other amendments can be repealed, like the 18th Amendment was, but these cannot. So while the Constitution doesn't explicitly use the word God, it certainly recognizes him. But what God exactly does it recognize? Our religions talk about God, but not the same God. They can't all be talking about the same God because their beliefs about God are not the same. They don't all recognize that God gave these rights to human beings. Not all religions recognize the right to life. In some major religions, you don't have a right to life if you are not of that religion. And you certainly don't have a right to the pursuit of happiness. Anyone ever hear of the caste system? So whatever this separation is, it certainly doesn't mean that we can't talk about God in politics. We say that religion cannot influence politics. Well, too late for that. It already has. That's why we have a republic instead of a monarchy. And we have to talk about God in our public schools if we want to teach our children about the foundations of our country, what America is all about. The fact that this separation is between church and state and not religion and state shows that we are misunderstanding the concept. The founders didn't want our federal government to choose which church or Christian denomination is the official one, like it did in Europe. But they were great fans of the Bible and religion being taught in our public schools because they knew that they had to have a moral people if they were to live in freedom. Otherwise, they would abuse their freedom, hurt other people, and require a large, strong government to rule them.